Morning and welcome to the E class of St. Xavier's High School, Adipur. Today we are going to study Science of Standard 8, chapter number 8, that is cell structure and its function, part 1. So let us see the introduction of this chapter, that the basic structure unit of organ is the cell. So the basic unit structure, if it is a very minute organism such as amoeba, that is also having a cell, okay, and the multicellular organism such as human being, that is also made up of cells. Okay, and that organ is all the organs of any organism is made of the structural unit named cell. Cell may be compared to the bricks. Bricks are assembled to make a building. Okay, the bricks are assembled to make a building. Similarly, cells are assembled to make the body of every organism. So, in the same way the wall is formed from the bricks, in the same way our body is also made from the cells. So, let us see our first topic of the chapter, that is discovery of the cell. Who discovered first the cell? Okay, the Robert Hooke. The Robert Hooke in 1665 observed slice of cork under a simple magnifying device. A magnifying lens, under that he have observed the cork, okay, the slice of cork. It was a dead cell. It was not a living cell, it was a dead cell. Cork is a part of the bark of a tree, okay. He took the slice of cork and observed them under a microscope. He noticed partition boxes or compartment, a small compartments he have observed like the bricks or the partition boxes in the cork slice. These boxes appeared like a honeycomb. Okay, these boxes were looking like a honeycomb. He also noticed that one box was separated from the another, okay, by a wall or a partition. Suppose this is a wall, okay, after that only the new room starts. In the same way, after the partition only the cells, other cell starts. He observed the boxes or cells in the cork were actually the dead cells. Okay, these cells which he has observed under the microscope first time in his life and first time in the history, that was the dead cell. So here you can see the cork cells as observed by the Robert Hooke. This is a photograph of this cell which was first observed by the Robert Hooke. Cells of living organisms could be observed only after the discovery of the improved microscopes. Earlier there was very simple microscopes, in that magnifying lens and such type of lenses were used. But the main history of the cell, the main discovery of the cell was done by the improved microscope. The instrument should be good for the better study of any work. Okay. Very little was known about the cell for the next 150 years after Robert Hooke's observation. Okay, जो Robert Hooke ने discover किया था in his time, it took 150 years to know exactly about the cells. Today we know a lot about the cell, the structure and its functions because of the improved microscopes having high magnification. The same way in our phones we are having high magnification, in the same way the microscopes are also have been improved for its magnification, so that we can study the things in a very deep form. Okay. Our next topic, that is the cell. Both bricks in a building and the cells in the living organisms are basic structural unit. In our first slide only we understood that they are the basic structural unit for building, if it is of wall or for the organism. Okay, the buildings, though built of similar bricks, have different designs, shapes and sizes. Okay, as the wall of a building are having different shapes and sizes, in the same way our cells are also of different shapes and sizes, and in a organ there are different number. Okay, in some organ there are more number, in some organs there are in the less number, depends on the organ. Okay, so in the same way the cells are compared with the wall. So due to the different design, shapes and sizes, their functions are also different. Due to their functions which are different, their sizes and shapes vary. Okay, what our brain does, it sends the signals to our other parts of the body. So that shape of that cell's shape, size, everything is different as compared to the hand cells or the leg cells or any part of the cells. Okay. Similarly, in the living world, organisms differ from one another, but all are made up of cells. Cells in the living organism are complex living structures, unlike non-living bricks. They are very complex. The egg of a hen represents a single cell and is big enough to be seen by our unaided eyes. Okay, means we do not need any microscope to see a hen egg. Is it so? Yes. Okay, so it is a single cell. It is not a multi-layered cell. It is a single cell, that egg. Our next topic, that is organisms show variety in cell number, shape and size. Scientists use microscopes which magnify objects. Like stains are also used to color the parts of the cell to study the detailed structure. Different kinds of stains have been used to find the image of find the structure, find the image of the any cell. Okay, this different stains means dyes like saffron, iodine. Okay, these were the things which were used by the scientists. Because the cells are transparent, okay, we need stain, we have to color it so that we can see each and every part of the cell in a very nice form. There are millions of living organisms. They are of different shapes and sizes. Their organs also vary in shape, size and number of cells. Now only I told you about this thing. Let us study about some of them. Number of cells. Number runs into billions and trillions. Okay, they vary, as I said, that it varies as per the part or the organ which we are having. Human body has trillions of cells which vary in shapes and sizes. Different groups of cells perform a variety of functions. They do the different kinds of functions. That's why only their shapes and sizes are different. A billion is 1,000 million. A trillion is 1,000 billion. So this was about the numbering. Okay, 1 billion कितना होगा? The 1,000 million. A trillion would be 1 trillion would be 1,000 billion. Now let us see what are the multicellular organisms. We are one of them. Okay, organisms made of more than one cell are called multicellular organism. Multi means many, cellular means cell. Okay, so एक से ज़्यादा, if any organism are having cell, okay, their body is made up of more than one cell, then they are considered in the multicellular organism. And the unicellular, that one cell organism, is the amoeba, the most important and well known example of the unicellular organism. The number of cells being less in smaller organisms does not in any way affect the functioning of the organism. Whatever the, suppose we have taken ant, okay, it is a very small organism, okay, but there are no difference in the function. भले उसके body के अंदर cells कम है, but they do their work properly. It is not that like they can't do their work properly with not having enough amount of cell. They are having enough amount of cell as per their body structure. Organism with billions of cells begins life as a single cell. So every organism, whether it is a too much big, suppose it is an elephant, suppose, or a rhinoceros, whatsoever organism is there, it starts with a single cell. We also starts with a single cell, which is the fertilized egg. This single cell is a fertilized egg. The fertilized egg cell multiplies and the number of cells increase as development proceeds. Okay, as the development starts, the number of the cells increases from the single cell to the multicellular organisms. Both organisms are made up of a single cell. Yes, so unicellular organism, an organism which is made up of only one cell. That organism is known as unicellular organism. The single celled organism called unicellular. Uni means one, cellular means cell, that is unicellular organism. A single celled organism performs all the necessary functions that the multicellular organism perform. Suppose ingestion, respiration, digestion, egestion. Okay, वो digest भी करते हैं खाना, they respire also, they do every work which a multicellular organism does. A single-celled organism like amoeba captures and digests food, respires, excretes, grows and reproduce. They grow also and they give new birth to and they also reproduce. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by group of specialized cells forming different tissues. Tissues in turn form organs. So what is different in the multicellular organism? Let us see that they carry out, the group of cells, they carry out what? Different tissues, and by the tissues they turn form the organs, and then they does the different kinds of functions. Let us see our next topic of the cell, that is shape of the cell. Amoeba has no definite shape. In our chapter standard 7, in our last standard, we have studied about the amoeba, that they are having the different shapes. Okay, they are, by the pseudopodia structure, they are not having the finite structure. Okay, for the moment also they are having pseudopodia formation. Okay, amoeba has no definite shape. Unlike other organisms, it keeps on changing its shape. The projection of varying length protruding out of its body, these are called pseudopodia. This is all revision about your standard 7 amoeba. Okay, they appear and disappear as amoeba moves or feeds. Okay, they are having the false feed, the pseudopodia. A white blood cell, WBC of our human being, okay, is another example of a single cell which can change its shape. So इसका comparison किसके साथ किया गया है? With the WBC, that is also in our body, which is the single cell. But while WBC is a cell, amoeba is a full-fledged organism. Okay, the WBC is the only cell present in our body, but whereas the amoeba is a full organism of a single cell. Different cells such as blood, muscle and nerve cells of human beings, the different shapes are related to their specific functions. Generally, cells are round, spherical or elongated, means they are in a long rod form. Okay, some cells are long and pointed at both the ends, like spindle cells. They exhibit spindle shape. Cells sometimes are quite long, some are branched like the nerve cell and the neuron. The nerve cell receives and transfers messages. These are present in our body, and from the brain they sends the messages to our body, thereby helping to control and coordinate the working of different parts of our body. Components of the cells are enclosed in a membrane. This membrane provides shape to the cells of plants and animals. Cell wall is a additional covering over the cell membrane in a plant cell. So in a plant cell, the cell wall is also there. Okay, उसके बाहर एक cell membrane के बाहर एक wall भी है, that is known as cell wall. It gives shape and rigidity, means firmness to these cells. Bacteria cells also has a cell wall. Now our last topic, that is size of cells. The size of cells in living organism may be as small as a millionth of a meter, that is micrometer or a micron, or maybe as large as a few centimeters. Okay. However, most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible by our naked eyes. Okay. They need to be enlarged or magnified by a microscope. Okay. The smallest size of the cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. Okay, in bacteria. Where it is found? In the bacteria. Please children, this is very important, it can come in 1 mark. That is, the smallest cell size is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. Okay, the largest cell measuring 170 millimeter into 130 millimeter is the egg of an ostrich. Again, egg of an ostrich is too big, and that is the size of the egg of the ostrich. The size of the cells has no relation with the size of the body of the animal or a plant. Okay, there is no coordination, or we can't do any comparison with the size of the cell and the body of an organism. It is not necessary that the cells in the elephant be much larger than those in a rat. Okay, the size of the cell is related to its function. For example, nerve cell both in the elephant and rat are long and branched. Okay, there are no changes in that. They perform the same function, that of transferring the messages. In the same way, we are also having the transfer of the message, that is by the nerve cells. So children, thank you and have a nice day.